This was in spring, and the summer come, and behold ye, my gentleman still was dumb. For he maybe thought about that spree, the less said, the better for he. For he's one of them chaps that works in the dark, and creeps and crawls as the lawyer's clerk, and digs and digs, and gives no sign, spreading sods and flowers at the mouth of his mine. And he'll lay his train, and he'll howl his match, and he'll wait, and he'll wait, and he'll watch, and he'll watch, till a minute comes, and before you sneezes, you're up to heaven in 100 pieces. Ah, it's a bit of poison, that black art, the lie that eats into your heart, a thing gathering round you like a seine round the fish, and them never feeling the strain. The squall coming tippy-toe off the land, and holding his breath till it's close at hand, and whispering to the winds to keep still till all is ready. And then with a will, with a rush and a roar, they sweeps your deck, and there you lies, a shivering wreck. Well, winter come, and then the cows was going milking in the house. And if you want peace and quietness, it's in a cow house you'll get it the best. For the place is so warm, and their breath is so sweet, and the nice straw bedding about their feet, and hardly any light at all, just a dip stuck onto the wall, and them yocked in the dark as quiet as ghos'es, and a feeling for each other's noses. And, bless me, sometimes you'd hardly be known it was them, except for their chewing and blowing. Many a time I've felt quite queer to see them standing so orderly there. Is it the Lord that makes them so still? Ah, I like them creatures terrible. Aye, aye, the sea for the likes of us, it's God's own work, though treacherous. But for peace and rest and that, d'ye see, among the cows is the place for me. And Betsy speaking so soft and low, or speaking nothing at all, you know, or singing hymns, no matter what. Gentle Jesus and the likes of that. And that's the way she was one night, pressed to my heart as tight as tight. Sing glory be, the darling said, and then it'll be time to be going to bed. When all of a sudden at the door come a clattering of clogs, and there for sure stood Peggy, the servant, all out of breath, and "You wanted?" says she, "Miss Elizabeth." So I got up, and I was going too. "Oh no," says Peggy, "that'll never do." And she went, and she went, and my heart gave a shiver, and I never saw her again. No, never, never. Well, well, what ails the ship? Hold on, I've got a grip. Who's at the helm? Is it June Cronin? With all this criss-crossing and herring-boning, my patience. Or is it Tommy Tier? That's a Tervil onasy fella to steer. Have another pipe? Why, thank you, Eddart. You're a feeling that, and I always said it. Yes, give me the can, and I'll just take a swipe. Aye, another pipe, another pipe. And Eddart, my lad, was that a letter you got from home? Is your father better? Is your mother hearty? I knew her well. A nice little Sthuggha of a gal. And Eddart, whenever you be going to write, tell them I was axing. That's all right, I've got a light. How were they? And, Eddart, mind you'll put it in, if old Tommy Tight's looking after the tin. And if the herring was plenty this year, and is the Gaery drained, do you hear? And have old Higginson rose the rent? Our Eddart and me is well acquaint. Well, well, I didn't know what was up, nor whether to go, nor whether to stop. So I waited a bit, and I took off my shoes, and thinks I, the old people's gone to roost, and maybe she's waiting all alone, and wondering, am I gone? And I looked, and I crossed the street as quiet as a mouse in my stocking feet, and I crept in among the honeysuckles at the porch, and I gave a tap with me knuckles, just this way. When the door gave a flirt, and there stood old Anthony in his shirt, hard and keen, and his old bald head like Samuel when he was riz from the dead. In the Bible, you know, yes, just the same. Isaac and Peter and the likes of them, that's always got conks as like turkeys' eggs, and the wind blowing free around their blessed old legs. Enough to frecken you in the night, he was so awful and big and white. And says he, I thought it was you that was knocking. Oh, it's very shocking, it's very shocking. What's shocking? I says. Oh, says he, it's no use pretending, young man. Well, why the deuce, says I. Can't you give the thing a name? Oh, really, says he, for shame, for shame. And it's cud, he says, and I think I'll go in. Oh, it's an awful sin, an awful sin. Sin, says I? Well, whatever it is, who told you this? Who told you this? Mr. Taylor, he says. Mr. Taylor, says I. Oh, indeed. Then he told me the why and all about it, how Jenny McGee had come home and laid a child to me. And nice proceedings, he says, indeed. And who was I? And a beggarly breed the lot of us was. And how dare I, says he, how dare I look up to Betsy Lee? Is he here? I says. Oh, no, that's well, thank God. For by heaven and hell, if I'd have caught him in the wood, the sun would have risen upon his blood. Oh, says he, quite freckened-like. What shocking feelings, and could I expect? And did I really mean? And before I could say this or that, he was in and turned the key. Oh, up to that I was proud enough, bold as a lion and middling rough, but left there alone, that so distressed. All the strength of the night came upon me and pressed, and forced me down till I fell on my knees, and I heard the moan of the long dead seas far away rolling in on the shore. And I called to old Anthony through the door, "Oh, listen to me, oh, listen to me, oh, Mr. Lee, oh, Mr. Lee. He's bought that woman," I said, "he's bought her, to swear that lie, and it's after your daughter he is himself. Oh, listen to me, oh, Mr. Lee, oh, Mr. Lee." Not a word, not a word. "It's a lie," I cried. "It's a lie, if on the spot I died. It is, sir, it is a lie." Never a word nor sound of reply. "Oh, Mr. Lee," I says, "can I see her? Oh, Mistress Lee, are you up there? Let me see Betsy, she'll believe me. Let me see Betsy, save me, save me. She hears me now and her heart is broke," I said, and I listened, but no one spoke. "She's dying, you're holding her down. You're dying, you're stopping her mouth," I said. "You're holding her down upon the bed. Oh, you'll answer for this at the day of doom. You're smothering her there in the little room. Betsy, Betsy, my darling love, Betsy, Betsy, oh, Father above." And then I felt right for'ard and lay quite stupid, how long I cannot say. But the first thing I felt when I tried to stand was something soft a slicking my hand. And what do you think it was but Sweep, the old black collie that minded the sheep. "God bless ye," says I, "I've a friend in you." And he was a middling sulky crater too. So I dragged myself up and picked a bit at the honeysuckle and buried it in my breast, and I wandered round and round, but not a morsel of light could be found. I was like a drunken man the way I staggered, and across the street and through the haggard and into the fields, and I know nothing more till they found me in the morning upon the shore.